Hello there, Aquarius. Thank you so much for stopping by for your weekly tarot video forecast for the week of March the 28th through April the 3rd. I am going to be pulling one card for each day, and we're going to check out the highlights of each of the days of the week, or maybe the themes, as Spirit would like to show them to us. Of course, I do want to remind you guys this is a general reading, meaning it's supposed to be good for most everybody who watches it who happens to be an Aquarius, which means that not everything I say can apply to every single one of you. If you do want to have a private reading, if you've got some questions on your mind that you would like to check out, feel free to go ahead and book a reading with me where I can look at just your energy and not the collective energy. You can find all my contact information at that website right there above my head. Let's see, let's get some cards down for you guys for Aquarius, Aquarius, Aquarius. Okay, y'all wish you could sing like me, don't you? That's what my dad used to say too. He was not a very good singer either. Okay, let's look at your weekend cards. We're starting off on Saturday with the Six of Wands in reverse, followed by Sunday's card, the Two of Swords in reverse. Okay, so Six of Wands in reverse is really interesting because that means Saturday you're doing something that not only benefits yourself but also benefits other people as well. However, this is more of a kind of behind the scenes type of thing because we don't see anybody really appreciating what you're doing. There's nobody saying, wow, that was fantastic. Thank you. Not with this card coming up. Okay, so maybe they don't even know that you're doing something for them, or maybe they just expect it. I don't know, but you're not feeling the love. Let's put it that way. All right, sounds like a parent to me. Sunday, Two of Swords coming up in reverse. Two of Swords in reverse just means on Sunday you're having a hard time making a decision on something, and you're kind of feeling some pressure to go ahead and, let's make that decision. Let's do it now. Let's think about this. Let's come to our solution. Let's be done with this. Sometimes outside forces are bringing that pressure to bear. Sometimes we're the ones pressuring ourselves. If you're really having a hard time deciding which way you want to fall on this decision, the best thing you can do is give yourself some time to sit with it so that the answer can sort of flow to the surface so that you know that when you make this decision, you're making it the best way possible. Okay? That would be my advice for you. Buy some time if it's somebody from the outside wanting you to hurry up and decide right now. And if it's you wanting you to decide right now, same thing. Talk yourself off the ledge. Nothing really has to happen this hot minute. You can allow yourself enough time to think things through logically and make a decision that feels good. All right, so let's look at our weekday cards. We'll just flash them really quickly, and then we'll come back and talk about them a little more. What we have coming up first, Aquarius, is Monday's card, the Moon in reverse. I really like this card with the raven. La da da da. I also like it better in reverse than right side up, so that's a good thing. And then Tuesday we have the Seven of Wands, very interesting. And Wednesday we have the Two of Wands in reverse. Boop ba da boop boo, boop ba da boo. And then Thursday we have the Hermit in reverse. By the way, those of you who are new to my channel, reversals are not a big deal around here, okay? Just as many of them are good as there are bad ones. So we don't stress about it. And then Friday, you have the Five of Swords coming up in reverse. Okay, so let's dive in. Monday, Moon card in reverse. This talks about the idea that there's a situation that you were aware that 2 and 2 wasn't exactly making 4. There had to be some missing information, but you just couldn't quite put your fingers on that missing information. On Monday, that missing information just floats right up to the surface. You don't have to dig for it. It just makes itself known right in front of you. This could be a little kid says something. This could be somebody leaves out a piece of paper with the information. There's so many different ways that this information can come up. And once it comes up, you're going to be like, wow, this was going on right under my nose the whole time. And I just didn't know what to look for, didn't know how to tell. So this information is coming up. It's bringing some clarity to a situation that you were already feeling like, man, something's off here. Now you're getting that clarity. All the puzzle pieces are fitting together the way they should be. And so now you're deciding this may be changing. This little bit of information may be changing how you feel about this situation. and you may be deciding that you want to interact with it differently than what you have before. I would not be surprised. That's very common with that moon card. Now, let's look at Tuesday. Tuesday is Seven of Wands. Now, this is, if you think of King of the Hill, this is normally depicted kind of as a King of the Hill type of picture where somebody's at the top of the hill and other people are trying to knock them down so they can be at the top of the hill. With the Seven of Wands, you're holding your ground. Maybe you have set some boundaries with somebody in your life, in your work life, your personal life, somewhere in your life. And they may be trying to challenge those boundaries to see if you're going to let them down or not. Nah, you're not. Not with this card coming up like this. You may be just now putting down those boundaries even on Tuesday with this card coming up like this. But you're holding them pretty firm, at least for Tuesday. At least for Tuesday. The thing about if we put down boundaries and then people come up and they try to like push past those boundaries, then it's a lot harder to put down boundaries the next time. So it is what it is. Yeah, I would say don't bluff on your boundaries. Only put them down if you mean them, and then really enforce them. La da 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 da, la da da da. Let's look at Wednesday. Okay, so Wednesday we have the Two of Wands in reverse. And if you look at this like right side up, it looks like an old school type of weather vane, maybe even lightning rod type of thing from the past. And when it's in reverse, it almost like to me, it just kind of comes off. The energy changes too. Like it's spinning now. Like this poor bird is hanging on, hanging upside down, just trying to hang on for dear life while this thing starts to spin. That's how it comes out to me. So this just tells me that on Wednesday, you have a choice to make. And actually, all the choices in front of you are all good options. So it really doesn't matter what you choose, but you're feeling like somebody else is pushing you towards one direction or the other. And, you know, if you want to keep the peace, it may be that you have to go with whatever they're pushing you towards. I would recommend, and I'm pretty independent. I've got two A's in my first name. So you want to take this with a grain of salt, but I would recommend stepping back from this situation and really thinking about your choices and thinking about what do you want so that nobody is pushing you into a choice. Because if you decide what you want, and it happens to be what other people are kind of expecting you to do and sort of leaning towards for you on your behalf, if you decide that's what you want to do, then it's easier to move forward with it because you don't feel like you were pushed into it. You know you made that choice. And if you decide that what you really want to do isn't what everybody else wants you to do, it's something that's completely different, you already know from this card that that's a good choice too. And so now really it's a matter of everybody else kind of getting up to speed. Either they're going to be happy for you that you had these choices and that you took this one, or they're going to, you know, throw a little fit because you didn't do exactly what they wanted you to do. Or they're going to grow and step up to the plate and be happy for you. So it's when we do something like this, when we step back and look at it objectively and handle it in the best way possible for us rather than letting other people push us around, it really gives us a good eye on who really are our friends that want the best for us and who really are our friends that want the best that they can get from controlling us. So it's a good litmus test if you ask me, and I'm a Scorpio. I know all about tests. We're famous for them. So let's see. Let's look at Thursday. Here we have the Hermit showing up in reverse. Hermit in reverse just means, Aquarius, that you have spent some time alone thinking some things through, figuring out, you know, what makes you happy, what makes you sad, what makes you tick, where do you want to go from where you are now? And now you're coming out with those newfound priorities and interacting with the world based on those. Very nice card. Very nice card. And then Friday, another very nice card. Five of Swords coming up in reverse. This says you're being the peacemaker. You're not, like, if there's an argument that's been going on back and forth or a debate that's been going on back and forth between you and somebody else for a while, you're the one that says, you know what, let's agree to disagree and just call it done, please. Or you could be the person that is in between two parties who can't get along, and you could be the middle person trying to barter peace between the two of them. But either way, I see you as coming up as a peacemaker on Friday. So that's what we have for you, Aquarius. I hope you have a fantastic week. If I don't see you here for a reading, a Reiki session, or for a mentoring session, if you want to learn how to tap into your own abilities, then I will see you back here on the next video. Everyone have a great week. Peace out.